You guys, my sister Demaya, she brought this to my attention, which is happening where we are at. It's a Tennessee school district and parents. They prepare for third grade retention law. So let me fill
Mm,
you guys on this here, okay? So summer school or repeating the third grade. Those are the option under this new law, which is the third grade retention law. It goes into effect this school year.
mm,
Now, it says if third graders don't score high enough on the reading section of the state test, get this here, they might not pass the grade. Yeah. So Metro Nashville Public Schools, they just started sending letters to parents of third graders to make sure that they're prepared if their children don't pass
mm.
a state reading test.
Oh, I'm
Oh
ready
my,
for this topic right here.
uh-huh.
Me
So
too.
so a parent says this, and I quote, I may be ignorant to the news, but it was the first time that I heard about this law when I got the letter in my child's backpack coming home from school. And he
Mm,
said he couldn't believe what he was reading. And he says that same letter included where my students or his daughters fall in terms of, making a good grade, which
mm,
indicates that it's likely that she won't pass. Oh my gosh. So it
mm,
continues on saying the law says that third graders who score below proficiency on the state English language arts assessment will have to repeat the third grade if they don't attend summer school and or tutoring throughout fourth grade. Yeah.
mm,
And this parent continued on saying it almost guaranteed that my child will have to go to summer school next year. So based on last year testing numbers, get this, 65% of students across Tennessee will have been required to be retained or participate in summer programs if the law has not been affected at that time, which
mm,
it's in effect now. It is.
mhm.
And this parent continued on saying, I'm worried that they didn't take any of the data into consideration when they passed this law.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
I'm ready.
I'm gonna stop right there, and I want to
Mhm.
okay, I want to first because my sister she actually brought this up to me, and I was like, what? And then I had to realize like, oh, this is where we are at in Tennessee. Are you kidding me? So
Oh, in
Demaya,
Tennessee?
yeah, yeah. So I'm a Demaya because Demaya,
Yeah.
you explained to Dion because I was shocked when you brought this news to me. So fill us in onto this.
Listen.
Yeah, like you said, I was shocked too because I first found this out when I was in class, my college class, and when my teacher brought it up, I was just so confused. I was like, "What?" So you telling me that if these third graders do not pass their test or whatever assessment they're doing, they have to retake third grade, like start over?
Oh,
I would just be on. I would just be on. I I feel as if these students do not pass, okay, that's fine, but I don't think it's right for them to repeat the grade. I mean, yes, they can go to summer school and let them work on what they need to be worked on instead of them repeating the grade because they might be 10 or 12 years old and still be in the third grade. Like I have to say this, and y'all may not agree or whatever, but I feel like these teachers are not teaching their students right because they're not teaching them everything that they
say it.
need to know. Instead, instead of they just go on their way and just failing these students and not giving them enough time or enough credit or whatever. Like these kids they're important and they need to learn and know everything that you are teaching them instead of them repeating the same grade. It's just ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
really ridiculous.
It really is. It
Listen.
really
Yeah.
is. And for me, you guys, are you kidding me? So you're telling these third graders that they have to make a specific grade on
Hmm.
a state test. That is absolutely ludicrous and ridiculous to me.
Um,
Third graders. We're talking about third graders. Wait a minute, Andrew. Let me just say this. You're telling
Mhm.
me that they have to make a certain grade in order for them to pass. They have to
yeah,
make a certain grade, you guys. A certain grade. This school district. That's what kind of a mess is that? Because
yeah.
like I said all the time onto this show, what is happening into our schools now? Because I feel like ever since I graduated, more issues, more problems are happening. This is insane to me. And you
Wait,
want them, you sending parents home, with letters. They had no about this law.
Yeah.
They are the first to know about this, and they're worried about their child if they will pass or not. So
this this
It,
this
it,
this was
if I
just
may,
recent in Tennessee.
yes,
This was just
yes,
recent.
if I,
this is happening right
See,
now.
here
yeah,
in Florida, in Texas, well, in Florida when I was in third grade, this been a law like years ago.
I wanted to
Like,
say, yeah, I was, if I may, quite frankly, South Carolina passed a law after I went through third grade. So, because we were just had a conversation. We had a third grader last year, and we kept on reminding them, please read, because if you don't get a certain, you know, number or a certain proficiency level, they might not pass you. Luckily, he passed. Thank you, he passed. I'm glad, but it's been an ongoing thing. It's been and it's funny to hear that it's just now getting passed in Tennessee. I feel
right.
like it's just now getting to y'all, but I almost was a victim of that. Literally, I almost was like that, but not that I wasn't gonna pass, but to
Right,
see and
right.
experience that law of if you don't read this level, because basically they're saying if you're not on grade level, then you will. Well, South Carolina law states that if you're not on the third grade proficiency grade level, like if you're in the third grade, if you're reading on the first or kindergarten level, then you may not be able to move forward to the fourth grade. And they were saying that these things are in effect because they've seen a lot of fourth graders not being proficient in the reading levels or any, because there's students who are not on grade level as we speak.
Yeah,
Right.
So
True,
I
true, true,
get
true.
that.
but
I get that point of preparing them, but
hold
retaining
Yeah,
on,
them,
back.
I don't.
That's
I
not
don't know.
that's yeah,
because
that's
in Florida we had to take this state test like in May. It was called FSA. That stood for Florida Standard Assessment, right? And it was a state test, and we had to. So a number one was failing, a number two was failing, number three you can pass up to three, four, and five. You can pass to the next grade, but if you make a one or a two on that test, then you stay back.
Ours,
And
ours was met, not met, and exempt. Oh wait, it was below, middle, and high. If you had a high and a middle, then you will, pass. So if you have a below, then you won't pass. So
oh,
yeah.
So for well, notice how North Carolina is like quiet because I have not said anything yet about our testing. Yeah, all right. So North Carolina so third grade is well. Okay, let me do one thing at a time. My first question is what is the grade that they have to make? That's my first question.
I
ours
have
was one. Ours was three, four, and five.
Ours
I
was
don't know
two
what
and
the other
three.
state.
Ours was two and three.
So what is the okay? So what is for Tennessee? Uh what is the grade that they have to make in order?
I have no idea. I haven't went into further details into that. I just know
Okay,
that they have to have a specific grade.
okay. So for North Carolina, we have the EOGs. EOGs run from third grade to basically from third grade to eighth grade. So like
Okay.
mid elementary slash middle.
Yeah.
Of course, high school, you got your EOCs, your end of course, and your teacher exams that you can exempt from if you got an A or a B in your class. Just want to say that out there
Yeah.
to anybody that are middle school or high schoolers. Also, we're doing they're doing something new not this year, but they did it last year too, where NC check-ins.
Mm.
Yeah, so we're now doing NC check-ins now. I don't know, like I don't know the I don't want to say the ranges. Like Prince TJ, like TJ and Brian said, I don't know the ranges, but what I do know is that last year we did a program called Are You Ready? It used to be called a I Ready diagnostic, and that will measure like which grid level are you on.